where we got to make this not just about Biden's failures, but what do we actually stand for as a Republican Party? We stand for the rule of law. We stand for the pursuit of excellence. That every one of those entrepreneurs, and I'll tell you, truckers are entrepreneurs too. Every one of those entrepreneurs can achieve the maximum of their own potential with their own hard work without apologizing for their success. President Trump said it well. You know what our vengeance will be? Success will be our vengeance. And I think with that message, I think we bring people along from the inner city to rural communities, black to white. America First, I think, is bigger than just the historical Republican Party. And so I do see that opportunity, Larry. It's not going to happen automatically. I do think there's a complicated path ahead. I think it's unlikely. Personally, I believe that Biden's even going to be the nominee. But on the other side of those traps that have been laid, I do see an opportunity this year to, dare I say it, unite this country.
Yes.
And I do think that Donald Trump with the America First movement has the best potential to do that. And I'm going to be helpful in any way I can to make that happen.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, I want to talk to you about a recent visit Vivek Ramaswamy had to Fox News, as he talked a bit about the illegal immigration crisis right now. Vivek has had a wonderful past 18 months. And he has spoken highly, and he has spoken multiple times about the need to shore up the southern border. This particular issue has become something that not just Republicans are concerned about, but people of all nationalities and all races. New York City has been overrun. Chicago has been overrun. Denver and other cities in Colorado have recently removed the title of sanctuary city from their city. And right now, there's just no particular end in sight. So what I'm going to do here is play a little video. We'll watch a little bit of this, come back and talk about it. It's your first time joining. Please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And here we go.
Look, it's a basic test of common sense, Larry. A nation without borders is not a nation. And it is not it's not the cruel thing to hold these people back. That is not compassion. That is actually common sense. And that's what we need to revive in this country, is the basic idea that your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And if your first act of entering this country is breaking the law, then it's no surprise that those people break the law even further when they're already in this nation. That's not racist. That's not xenophobic. And I can tell you, I'm the kid of legal immigrants to this country, Larry. That's personal to me. You have countless people trying to do this the right way. We are now rewarding all of the people who are doing it the wrong way. And I do think that this is going to be a key issue at the ballot box this November. I'm seeing that traveling this country. I was in Michigan last night. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or independent. This is not what you want to see our nation become.
All right, perfect. So I wanted to speak about that right there. He said the people who the left would purport to help are the ones being hurt the most. And this is 100% correct. You see blacks in the inner cities who are struggling right now with different issues. You see people of all nationalities who are struggling right now, but are watching Chicago, and they're watching Denver, and they're watching New York City give away hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to people who broke the law to enter into the country. And this is something that's absolutely wild. People are giving up their homes. People are opening doors in ways that they never would have for people who have lived up the street from them for 30 years. But yet and still, they're willing to do these things to the people who they don't know. We're watching as crime is growing around the country, as whether it's these gangs or these young people are committing some serious acts of violence against the citizens of this country. I'm going to continue the video and go from there.
And I think the country will be with him on this, Vivek. Just for all this horrible tragedy of this deceased young woman from Georgia, I think the country will be with him. And I wish we could find a way to go after these sanctuary cities. Deny them federal funds. I'm not sure. I haven't thought it through. But look, the blood of this woman is on Joe Biden's hands for his open border policies, but the blood of this woman, unfortunately, is on the hands of New Yorkers. Alvin Bragg for sure, Eric Adams for sure, Governor Hochul. Any of these sanctuary cities that let these criminals come in and are immediately released to go out and recommit crimes or sell drugs or kill people or whatever. There's got to be something we can do here. So far, we're just taking it. We're not doing anything. But somehow there's got to be a plan to stop these sanctuary cities and releasing all these illegal immigrant criminals and murderers.
So basic steps, let's just go in order here. First, not only build the wall, complete the wall. Move our own military to our own southern border. Stop federal funding. Let's start with, we'll get to the sanctuary cities in a second. No more federal funding for Central America until each of those countries has blockaded their own border, all the way through the Darien Pass, where you have effectively migrants flowing from Venezuela to the southern border of Texas. Then you come to our own homeland here, stop every last dime of federal funding for those so-called sanctuary cities until they're also enforcing the rule of law. And then, Larry, this is another one where we can use existing laws in the Constitution as it already exists to say that birthright citizenship does not actually apply to the kids of illegals. The best border policies of all are to eliminate the incentives to be here illegally in the first place. And if we end that federal funding to sanctuary cities and we end those other incentives up to and including birthright citizenship for the kids of illegals to whom the 14th Amendment's first words do not apply, then I think we're going to be well on our way to solving this border crisis. This is solvable. We don't need new laws. We need a new president. And I think that's what makes probably this the most vital election issue in November. And I do think it's going to be what leads us to victory.
But I say there's a new lens coming. What do you think?
Look, I think there's an opportunity for a realignment here like we saw with the Reagan landslide of 1980 and again in 1984. And I think that's a special opportunity we have ahead of us in 2024.